alternative to pollo fundido that you might order in a Mexican food restaurant. And of course, chicken and pollo are the same thing. Pollo is chicken in Spanish, but I call this chicken fundido taquitos because, I don't know, I just do. Anyway, pollo fundido is typically a deep-fried chicken burrito that's smothered in sour cream and cream cheese sauce. So today's recipe is a healthier version of that. What I've done is I have put 3 chicken breasts in a crock pot this morning with about a half a cup of water and a sprinkling of garlic powder and onion powder and some salt and pepper. That's just a basic seasoning just to have some flavor in that chicken. And that is a really good recipe to keep on hand just to make whatever you want whenever you're ready for some good cooked chicken, and you can turn it into whatever you want. I think I'll use half of it for the chicken fundido taquitos, and the other half will end up being a barbecue chicken sandwich. So, let's grab our chicken from the crock pot. Let's see here. Got our bowl. And, yep. Cooking it in a crock pot makes it really tender and very easily shreddable. And that's what you want when you're making a taquito, or a barbecue chicken sandwich for that matter. So, we've got our chicken here, and we're just going to shred this up. Take 2 forks, pull it apart like this. You can see how tender that is from being in the crock pot all day. What I did is I put it on this morning, and I had it on high at first, and then I turned it down to low. If you're going to be gone all day at work, just put it on low in the morning, and it should be good for you when you get home. This whole meal should take less than 20 minutes to cook, so it's a quick and easy recipe that, of course, is delicious. Alright, so once we've got our chicken all shredded here, we're going to add about 1 ounce of cream cheese. Now you can use Neufchâtel, which is a lower fat version of cream cheese. You may have seen that in the stores. Perhaps you already use it. Sometimes I buy Neufchâtel, sometimes I buy regular cream cheese. I really have no rhyme or reason to what I do or why I do it, but there we go. We have our cream cheese here. Just going to smush that in a little bit, get it to start melting with our chicken. And then we're going to add a little bit of cumin. Cumin is a popular spice in Mexican dishes as well as Indian and Middle Eastern Mediterranean dishes as well. I've also added some chili powder. That's just going to give it that Mexican flavor. Since we already have the garlic powder and onion powder that we cooked with our chicken in the crock pot, we're going to have a nice, tasty concoction here. So I'm just going to mix this up, get that cream cheese nice and melty in there. And this just makes it, the cream cheese makes it really rich and creamy and good. So you don't miss that cream cheese and sour cream sauce that's usually smothered on top. Alright, so we've got this all mixed up. We're ready to start making our taquitos. Alright, so what I do is we're going to take 4 tortillas here, and these are yellow corn tortillas. They seem to be lower in calories than white corn tortillas. These in particular have 80 calories for 2 tortillas, so it's a pretty good deal there. Alright, one little trick is to take some water. I'm going to use a bowl here for presentation's sake, but otherwise I might just use just run them like right under the faucet, which works just as well. Okay, so I'm just going to take a tortilla, get it wet, put it on our plate, do that with the other 3, and what we're going to do is throw these in the microwave for about 20 seconds to get them nice and soft and pliable. Corn tortillas tend to be dry, and if you try to roll them without softening them up a bit, they'll just crack and make a big huge mess. So let's get this out of the way. tortillas in the microwave. I'm going to put these in for 20 seconds. And when they come out, they'll be super pliable and really easy to roll. So you might be wondering why I'm only doing 1 chicken breast and 4 taquitos, or 4 tortillas to make 4 taquitos. The reason I do that is because for me it's just me and my husband. And I try to make only as much food as I know we're going to eat in that one meal, because if we make more, we'll eat more. And leftovers don't always stay as leftovers. So that's one little trick that I've learned since I had my surgery. It's been 7.5 months, and I'm down 90 pounds. So I'm doing really well, but I still have to be very careful about what I eat and how much I eat. And not only that, but having gastric bypass surgery is a tool in order to make lifelong choices. So, like I said, I just make enough for us to eat in one meal. That way there's no temptation to eat more or go back for seconds. Alright, tortillas, nice and soft and pliable. Got our chicken here. And a baking sheet. Put this fork out of the way. Our oven is preheated to 425 degrees, and these cook very quickly, so they're really only going to need about 10 minutes in the oven. What I'm doing here is taking about 1/4 of my chicken, putting in the tortilla. I'm going to roll it up just like this. See how easy those roll now that they're nice and moist and warm. Take 1/4, spread it out a bit. I like to use my fingers. I recommend using your fingers. It's much easier than trying to use utensils. Alright, got 2 more to go here. Just going to roll these up. And when you bake them, you want to make sure that they are fold side down so that they keep their shape. Now, like I said, when you order pollo fundido in a Mexican food restaurant, it's going to be a deep fried flour tortilla. And you want to maintain that same crispy texture because that's what makes it really good. So, to do that, since we're not going to fry anything here, we are going to take a little olive oil, and I've got it in a spray bottle here, and I'm just going to lightly spray the tops of these. I'm going to turn them over to the other side. They'll cooperate here. Give the other side a little spray. Flip them back onto the fold side down. There we go. And it's amazing what just this little bit of oil does to crisp them up. Make them nice and crunchy. Alright, so there we go. We have our taquitos here, ready to go in the oven, 425 degrees. In they go. Alright, and with our taquitos, we're going to have some black beans and watermelon to make a nice, well-rounded, well-balanced meal. Alright, so I've got a can of black beans. I'm just going to drain them. I've got a colander here. I'm just going to pour them through, just like that. There we go. I'm going to keep a little of the juice in there to have some moisture. There's my pot. Oh, here it is. And then dump them in the pot. There we go. Okay. So they're right there in the pot. I'm going to stick them on the stove, get them warmed up here. Okay, so they're good to go. And then just jazz them up a bit. I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro and fresh onion. So I've got, let's get this olive oil out of the way. Got some fresh cilantro here. Some people love cilantro. I would happen to be one of them. And some people really hate it. I'm not really sure why. but I think it's delicious. It's got kind of a citrusy, earthy flavor, and it's used a lot in Mexican dishes. Salsa, it's a main ingredient in salsa usually, as well as Thai food, Indian food, all kinds of foods. So I'm just going to give this a rough chop here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to set this aside because we're going to add this at the last minute to our beans. If we add them early on in the cooking process, they'll just get wilty and not be as good. So a little onion. Just going to take my onion, cut off just one slice. We don't need a lot. Just going to add a little flavor and texture to our black beans. So I've got a slice like this. I'm just going to, again, roughly chop it. And go the other direction so you have nice little pieces, diced pieces, just like that. Alright. You can hear our beans are starting to sizzle back there. So go ahead and add our onions. Give our beans a little stir. Let's see here. So just like that, just give them a little stir. We don't want the onions to cook too much. They don't need to be soft. They can if you want them to be. If they sit on there a little longer than you anticipated, that's fine. I like to keep them a little crunchy because I think it adds some texture to the beans. So, alright, so we've got our beans going, our taquitos are in the oven, and then to add to our meal we're going to cut up some watermelon. I'm going to go ahead and get my plates here. Since it's me and my husband, we have 2 plates. Get this cream cheese out of the way. Okay. Oops. There's a butter knife falling in the sink. Alright, so what I do is I just take my watermelon and, actually let's start with a fresh knife here since onions are pretty pungent. Alright, so we've got about a quarter of a seedless watermelon here, and all I do is I take my knife and I cut down all the way through vertically, and then I take my knife and I go across, and I do that on each side. And what that does is creates these nice chunks, and I've already done this, so you can see these chunks are already here. So I've just gone down and then across, turn it, go across again. I'm going to give those beans a stir real quick, turn down the heat. Oh yeah. You can really smell those onions, they smell delicious. Alright, so let's put some watermelon on the plate here. Just like that. This is a really good, quick summer meal that's super fresh and healthy and well balanced. Alright, so we've got our watermelon, our taquitos are cooking. I'm going to take a look at those, make sure they're doing alright. Let's get this watermelon out of the way. Let's see here. Yep, they're coming along just fine. I'm going to turn them over just to get a little crisp on the other side. Here. There we go. Didn't roll this one very tight, did I? I need a fork to flip this one over. It'll still taste good. Alright. Let's not touch the hot pan. Stick it back in the oven. Okay. And to go with our taquitos, we're going to make a yogurt dipping sauce. So, since we don't have that sour cream and cream cheese sauce on top, we're just going to make a little dipping sauce as a healthier alternative. So I've got some yogurt here, so some plain fat-free yogurt. Put some in a bowl. A little bowl here. And I'm going to add some seasonings. So So we've got our cumin. I think you're seeing a theme here. Some chili powder. Some cayenne pepper for a kick. And some salt. You could use sour cream if you prefer, but I like to use yogurt because it's higher in protein, lower in fat and calories. It's just as good, if not better, if you ask me. So, we've got our nice little dipping sauce here. I'm going to put that on the plate. Just a little dollop on each plate. There we go. Okay. Check on our beans. They're doing pretty good. Yep, doing great. Alright. And since they look to be done, I'm going to go ahead and add my cilantro. Plop that right in there. Give it a little stir. Great. And then put our beans on our plate. There we go. Beans are a really great source of protein and fiber, which you probably know. And added to this meal, they're just going to add some extra flavor, some extra protein, some extra fiber, and some extra Mexicaniness. So this is going to be, you know, not quite the fatty refried beans you might get at a Mexican restaurant, but definitely a delicious alternative. Alright, I think our taquitos are ready, so let's take a look. Looks pretty good. Alright, so we'll go ahead, see how hot they are. Not too bad. Okay. I'm brave, super brave. Whew, alright, getting a little hot. One more here. Can we do it? Yes. Alright. Now for the best part, the taste test. So let's get this mess out of the way here. Take our taquito. You can hear it has a nice little crunchy outside. Or, ow! It's hot. Creamy and chickeny on the inside. Take a bite. You hear that, huh? Very, very good. Still get that same satisfying, crunchy, creamy, Mexican-y taste without all of the fat and calories. In fact, about one of these taquitos is about 100 calories, so it's pretty good. Alright, let's taste these beans. See if they turned out okay. Want a little onion and a little cilantro in my bite. Having that fresh onion in there gives it just a little kick. Gives you a little crunch when you take a bite. And then it keeps it kind of fresh. So you have this nice summer meal. Taquito fundidos. Fundido taquitos. Chicken fundido taquitos. Black beans with onion and cilantro. And my all-time favorite summer fruit, watermelon. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.